Hi everyone, this is Dr. Fu. As we have our final presentation coming up, where you have to record yourself using the PK format, this is a short clip with tips and tricks on how to do that effectively and efficiently. Let's get started. First, let's review what a Pachachka or PK presentation is. You have more in-depth information on the discussion board with the description of what it is, but here's an overview of the main gist of it. It's often called 20 times 20 because there are 20 slides total and 20 seconds per slide. So the 20 slides will include all slides, including introduction, concluding, and anything you want to have. 20 slides total, no more, no less. And then you will have also 20 seconds per slides, no more, no less. So it gets a little tricky when it's that specific. So a lot of times tips that people have had when they've done PK presentation is to write down exactly what they want to say. So you don't want to sound too terribly robotic or rehearsed, but having a script written down, it will help you get through the 20 slides and deliver exactly what you want to say because 20 seconds really go by fast. So far on my slides, I've already taken up almost a minute. Okay, so a couple of other things to know about the PK slides is the only words on your slides would be in the title, and we're trying to keep it very, very brief. You would only use one image per slide, that's it. So it will look like you have your title and then one image to help you tell the story within that 20 seconds. So at this point, you probably have realized the point of this presentation is to be precise to the point and use your visuals effectively to tell the story. We've all seen PowerPoints or presentations with one too many bullet points and it just hurts your eye and it doesn't really help you that much. So really the point of this is to help you communicate your story and using the right tools. So even though a lot of people after their PK presentation would say, I never want to do this again, but I've learned something from it, which is how to tailor my slides in a way to really have the slides be meaningful and effective. Okay, so the total point of the presentation with the 20 times 20 would be less than 7 minutes. So that's something to keep in mind. So this is a slide just to show you what a slide could potentially look like. This is a very simplified version, but essentially you'll have your slide one, whatever the title is. You don't need to say slide one. I'm just showing you whatever that is. And then you'll have your image in the bottom. Make sure it's of good pixel so you don't want those really grainy pictures that was really, really blown up. So finding good images really shows your audience how professional you are and how much effort you've put into your slides. From past experience, what people have suggested for a successful PK presentation preparation is to have all of your 20 slides ready with the title and the one image per slide. If you like to have a script, you can either write it down on a note card or you can simply type it and paste it in the notes section beneath each slide. That way, that will be ready for you on your screen when you hit record. So if you have a Mac, what you will do is hit the slideshow option, just like how I'm showing you in the screen, and then you would hit record slideshow underneath it, and then it would bring you to the recording screen. This is what the recording screen would look like if you were recording in PowerPoint on a Mac system. So you'll have a mini screen for your slide at the upper left-hand corner. And then underneath it, if you've typed in your talking points in the notes section, that's what you would have it. On the right lower hand side, it says click for meeting notes. I don't think you would need to use that, especially because 20 minutes goes by really fast. If you're talking and typing stuff, that's not really conducive. So feel free to ignore that function. So if you're on a Mac, you also have the option of using Keynote. That's an app that sometimes already comes in when you buy your Mac systems. So Keynote is very much like PowerPoint. It's the Mac version of it. So you would go through the similar process of getting your slides ready, getting your script ready, and then once you open it in Keynote, what you would do is you would go through that toolbox at the very, very top, hit play, and I'll pull up series of option, and then the option you would choose is called record slideshow, like the one that's shown on the screen. In Keynote, the recording screen looks fairly similar to PowerPoint. I don't often use Keynote for my main recording, so it was a little tricky for me to kind of manipulate and play around with it. If you're an avid Keynote user and you already know what to do, go ahead and do that. I think one of the benefits of the keynote function is it shows you your current slide and the next slide that's coming up. And then what you would do is you would record one thing and then just simply hit next to record your next slide, which you can also do in the PowerPoint version. So if you're a Mac user, play around a little bit with both, see which one feels more user friendly. I like PowerPoint just because I've been using it a lot more, but people also swear by Keynote. So pick your poison. One of the drawbacks of using PowerPoint for your recording is PowerPoint won't be able to save your narration. So even if you saved it as a movie file of some kind, you can't really just export it into a movie file using PowerPoint. So what you'll have to do is save the file and then open it up in Keynote. So if you've already recorded in Keynote, you're already there, so no worries about that. What you would do is follow the instructions that's shown on the screen. When you're ready to save it into a movie file, go to File at the very, very top, and then scroll down to hit Export To, and then QuickTime. And then this will bring you to the usual saving screen where you can save it as a movie file of some kind. So let's look at that in the next slide. So after you follow the steps I just described in my previous slide, this is this thing that should show up on your screen. So I've changed the default into my own option of go to the next slide after 1 second and then go to the next build after 1 second. That's worked well for me in the past, and then I just leave the 720p as is. So that would be the last step, and then you would be ready to save once you click that blue button. So if you're a window user, what you would do is, again, follow that very same step. Prepare your presentation, get the slides ready, talking points ready, hit slideshow on the very, very top, and then I'll give you the option of record slideshow. There should be a button underneath it. Hit that, and then I'll give you two more options beneath it. That's called either record from current slide or record from the beginning. I think you do have the option of recording slide by slide, I guess. So you can skip around a little bit. I'd recommend just to saving the recording as the last step and just do it in one sitting. It'll make the whole process smoother. And then if you need to edit something, just edit the slide as you go through. This is what recording would look like in PowerPoint on a Windows system. In your upper left, there's a little toolbox type thing that gives you the option to pause, show you how much time you have. And so on and so forth. So this is recording in Windows. Once you have finished recording all of your slide, what you can do is go back to click on slideshow, the very same way we did on the last step. And then at the very far left, there will be an option that says from beginning. That's essentially a way, after you click that, something like this will pull up on your screen. I'll give you an opportunity to review what you've already recorded. So that's a really nice kind of preview option just to make sure everything is going smoothly. So after you are done with the whole recording and you've previewed it and everything's going smoothly, in Windows what you'll do is you will go to save that file. Be sure to not just save it as a regular PowerPoint file. Be sure to come and click on that option for different file types. And underneath that different menu of option, there's two options that you can save this narrated video as. One is called MPEG-4 video, and the one beneath it is called Windows Media Video. So all that should work and retain that narration portion of your PowerPoint. And after that, you are done. So the very last step of this assignment would be for you to share it with me and the rest of your classmates so we can view the work that you've done, learn, give feedback, reactions. So in order for you to do that, you can either upload it to Canvas. There's a very high possibility that Canvas would say, this is too big for me to upload it, so it'll say fail to upload successfully. So the alternative would be to upload it onto YouTube. I like YouTube because it gives you the option of restricting different videos so you can publicize it to everyone and everything. It's like searchable, or you can set it to private where only the people who have the link to the YouTube video would be able to access it if you don't want to share it to the whole world. So there's that option. If you don't have YouTube already, it's a very simple registration. It's free. What you'll do is sign up or sign in if you already have an account, and then click the upload button at the upper right hand corner. I'm sorry, my screen currently is in Chinese, but essentially what you'll do is hit that upload button, and then you'll see something similar to this page where there's this gray box with the white arrow pointing on top. This is where you can drag in your video, and I'll take a few minutes to upload, so be patient with that. But essentially after that, you can share that link with us and just post it on Canvas and be done, okay? This is the very, very last big assignments that we have left for the semester. And once you get over, hopefully, a minimal amount of technical difficulty or apprehension, it's a really fun way to learn to do presentation in a different way. And even if you don't do any more PKs after this, what past students have commented is that they've learned a lot about the art of being concise and the beauty of it, and how they don't really have to over-rely on a million bullet points to get their points across. In fact, using images is probably a great way to catch your audience's attention. So this brings us to the end of our PowerPoint. It ran a little longer than I expected. It's around 11 minutes. But if you have any questions, feel free to email me. I would definitely recommend getting started on this as early as you can, especially after I've given you feedback on your outline, just so it doesn't feel overwhelming doing it all in one sitting. Okay? So take care, and I will talk to y'all soon.